ancient days, but unlike today, there weren't as many sports, and only free Greek-speaking men could compete. Also, the Olympics were always held in the same place, Olympia. Olympia is green and has a lot of trees, specifically olive trees. The first king of Athens held a contest between Poseidon and Athena, and the winner would win the city. They had an epic battle, and it got so intense that Athena thought of an alternate plan. She and Poseidon would give the city gifts, and whoever gave the better gift won. Poseidon gave water, but it was decided that Athena's gift of the olive tree was better, and could be used for more reasons. It provided to be very useful in the dry, rocky environment because it provided oil, olives for food, the base for perfumes, and turned out being part of the Olympics. But I'll get back to that later. Now that I've talked a bit about Olympia and the olive trees, I'll get to the part of the report that's actually interesting. The sports. The sports in the ancient Olympic Games were boxing, chariot racing, riding, pankration, running, wrestling, discus, javelin, and jumping. I'm going to focus on pankration because it's probably the most uncommon these days, and because it's fun to say. Anyways, pankration is a mix of wrestling and boxing. Everything was allowed except for biting and scratching. As it turns out, my sister and I have been playing pankration our whole lives. We just didn't know that it had a formal name. So since we are pretty much experts on the sport, we are going to demonstrate it. There were no rules on weight, so Taryn and I fighting against each other would be perfectly legal if we were free men or boys and spoke Greek. Obviously, we are not Greek-speaking men, but we will try our best to act like we are. Also, pankration was fought naked, but for the sake of the video, we will be wearing clothes. To begin, there was a ritual. A sacred silver urn with lots in it was brought out. Every lot had a Greek letter on it. Each letter was written on 2 lots, so each lot had one identical lot. All of the athletes prayed to Zeus, then took a lot out of the urn. Wood bears made sure that the athletes couldn't read the letter on their lot. A circle, and a judge went around and looked at the lots. Whichever 2 people held identical lots would go against each other. Let the fighting begin! Caution. Pankration is a violent sport and may cause distress for people watching. People who feel sick when they see blood are advised to sleep through this part of the video. Since pankration requires no weapons, Taryn and I are ready to go. From Placerville, California. The winner's name and the name of their father was announced, along with the city of origin. Winner was given a palm branch and decorated with ribbons on their head, arms, and legs. Then there was a custom victory song written for the winner. And because they liked to have feasts back then, there was a giant happy feast that lasted for a really long time. The next morning, the winner would give offerings and prayers to the gods. But the best part was the awards ceremony. Olive wreaths made from the sacred olive tree were placed on a gold and ivory table. Then the judge crowned the victors while people threw petals at their feet. And of course, there was a grand feast with every kind of food imaginable that went on for a very, 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 very long time. Finally, the victors got their statue put in Olympia in the sanctuary that was dedicated to the gods. This could well have been the most important part of winning for the victors. And thus concludes my report on Pankration.